Hello, everybody. I'm Ahmad Rashad, and this is Realtv.
It makes you realize you're not invincible.
Yeah, losing it at 160 miles an hour will do that to you. He's got the hottest ride in town, and he doesn't even know it. And if you thought those wheels were hot, these guys are smoking. Plus, skaters take a crack at a 50-foot gap from wild weather.
That is a tornado.
To wicked wipeouts. We always deliver the goods. We're Realtv with Ahmad Rashad.
Welcome to the show. We begin today with a drag racer who does everything he can to avoid crashing, but ends up in a wipeout that seems like it'll never end.
0 to 60? Try 0 to 160. But at those speeds, there's no such thing as a little mistake. Drag racer Alan Johnson lives every driver's nightmare as his car barrel rolls 12 times. The dragster is scattered over 100 yards of track. Rescuers can only hope Alan is still in one piece. It's almost beyond comprehension. Alan steps out of the wreck under his own power.
Okay, just a little sore.
And now he's talking to Realtv.
I couldn't save it, and I couldn't get my chutes out in time. All the panels of the car flew off, so I could see right through the car. Once the car started flipping and out of control, you're out of control. You're just holding on for dear life.
As gnarly as this crash is, Alan says it could have been worse.
You can see in one of the flips, the battery and the fuel cell just flies out of the car, so I didn't have a fire.
Alan is shaken, but not broken, and he races again just 2 weeks later. He still has a need for speed, but he also has a new perspective.
It makes you realize you're not invincible.
Whatever they try, it's caught by the eye in the sky, right here on Realtv.
This robbery suspect has no intention of stopping for the LAPD. Unfortunately for him, his car isn't down with the plan. The front left tire is trashed, so the cops just have to follow the trail of smoke. The guy tries to push the crippled car a little further, but when it dies, he goes mobile on foot.
He's on foot, going down the sidewalk.
Even after he falls, the suspect shows off moves like a running back. The cops finally make the tackle, and they knock more than the wind out of this guy.
Oh, he has money. He's got a whole bunch of money there. Money.
The cash is evidence, and that's too bad for him. Between car repairs, bail, and a good lawyer, he'll need every penny he's got.
No pain, no gain. Straight ahead here on Realtv.
The biggest names in skateboarding take a crack at clearing a 50-foot gap. They give it their all. But for one skater, his all isn't good enough. Chris Gentry overshoots the ramp and racks up big pain. Take a double. Chris clears the gap, but is forced to bail.
Busted my hand, my wrist, my watch shattered everywhere. I was just in so much pain, like somebody took a sledgehammer and just pounded it on my foot.
Medics carefully cut away Chris's shoe. The crash busted his left foot.
I can't walk around like I normally do. I can't go skate like I normally do. I gotta be on crutches.
Chris and his crutches will be best friends for 6 weeks.
www.realtv1.com. Type it in and see what happens.
Our next tape is destined to become a real TV classic. It involves a police stop and a man who has more problems than he realizes.
This man about town is taking a spin on his moped in Eden, North Carolina. Problem is, he appears to be slightly sauced. So Officer Rhonda Carter is going to pull him over and check him out. you'll notice that there are a couple of things wrong with this picture. First, as the man comes to a stop, he accidentally breaks a fuel line and starts a fire. Secondly, and here's the real problem, he doesn't have a clue that he's about to be roasted alive. It is truly an amazing video in its own right. Consider the sheer amount of time this man is sitting on top of a blazing moped while casually smoking a cigarette. We'll even put a clock on it. "17 seconds. We don't know what this guy's been drinking, but it has great potential as an anesthetic. Officer Carter appears with a fire extinguisher. It turns out there is one important item to be rescued from the wreck. That would be the bottle. Officer Carter's mic is turned off, so we can only imagine what's being said here. The gentleman's argument seems obvious. Everyone knows that sitting on a flaming moped is real thirsty work. But try as he might, he still can't convince Officer Carter. So it's off to the calaboose and some time behind bars for the man who simply wouldn't burn.
Well, my man's bike catches on fire, but he holds on to what's really important, that bottle and that cigarette. I guess that shows where his priorities were.
Coming up.
That is a tornado.
And it looks like it's playing games.
Oh, it's going back up.
Now it's back with a vengeance.
Get your butts to the basement.
Plus the skydive from hell. First they spin out of control, then the chute tangles. What next? And tomorrow, it seemed like a fun idea. Get towed on skates by a dog. Plus, most guys want to get the fish in the boat. These guys just want to throw this monster back.
Don't go away. There's lots more where that came from, right here on Realtv. This is Realtv.
Welcome back. As our next set of tapes show, once you leave the ground, anything can happen.
Bundy Taylor gets high in the tropics. He skydives over the Hawaiian coast wearing a helmet cam. Watch Bundy fly. And watch Bundy land. Take another look. He comes in fast, but from this angle, you see he turns too late and smacks the ground hard. Bundy's all bummed out and banged up, but he'll be fine. Trouble doesn't stop there. Two Russian jets dazzle the crowd with style and grace at an air show in England. Watch again. Just as the planes cross paths, one pilot ejects. The jet plummets and explodes on impact. The flyer gets a close call, and the Russian jet gets towed. In Florida, a student gets ready for his first tandem skydive. Another diver with a helmet camera records the maiden jump. Seconds later, they're in trouble. The pair can't position themselves and spin out of control. The instructor pulls a smaller chute to slow them down. They're in the right position, but now the main chute's tangled with a smaller one. It's not opening. Only one thing left to do. Cut away both chutes and deploy the reserve. It works. Both teacher and student float safely to the ground. A bit chilled, but even more thrilled.
How was that? Had a little excitement up there. Yeah, a little bit. I loved it, though.
Now, if you've caught an amazing aerial incident on tape, we want to see it. Call us at 1-888-REAL-TV1 to learn how your tape could make you some cash.
That's it.
A gigantic tornado sets its sights on a tiny Midwestern town.
Oh, there it is. Look at this. Hit the ground. You better get your butt in here, Holly. Call 911. It's on the ground.
A deputy sheriff captures the terrifying twister on tape.
Coming right toward our house. Sure is. Get your butts to the basement. Get Grandma down there. She's already there.
Everyone prepares to take cover, but suddenly the tornado's funnel disappears back into the cloud.
Oh, it's going back up. Look it. Going back up. Back up right now. It's going up. It's going up.
You can hear the family's relief.
It went back up. That was going to be it, though. Yeah, but you can still see some movement down there.
But the tornado seems to be just teasing them.
Here it comes back down. Yep. Here it comes. Here it comes down again, Tim.
As suddenly as it disappeared, it reappears, bigger than ever.
Get ready, because that sucker can just be right over here in a matter of seconds. That's exactly right. That's a tornado. That flat out is a tornado right there.
Tension mounts as the giant funnel closes in.
Get ready to get down the basement. That's a tornado. That is a tornado.
Packing winds over 100 miles an hour, the twister demolishes everything in its path.
Look at the stuff flying. Look at the stuff flying. It's coming this way, guys.
Fearing the worst, everyone moves inside. But then, the twister changes direction. It's safe to go back out.
Look at that. That's amazing.
For this family, it's a close call. They've escaped the tornado's wrath. Many of their neighbors aren't so lucky. A third of the town's homes are destroyed. Although the twister lasts only minutes, this video is powerful proof of just how devastating Mother Nature can be.
That's a tornado. That is a tornado.
Straight ahead, a police chase takes an unbelievable turn.
Like he just drove into the water.
He's not getting out of the car. Plus,
It's a disaster.
it was right out of a horror movie. Thousands of birds invade a house.
There's more great tape coming right up. Touch those tones. Call us right now at 1-866-VIEWER1 and tell us what you want to see on Realtv. That's your direct way to have a say. So start dialing now.
Welcome back to the show. Keeping drugs off the streets is a major goal of law enforcement everywhere. And you're about to witness the nerves of steel it takes to go undercover and bust the dealers.
Where'd you get it? Comes from Mexico.
This is one nervous drug dealer. Jason Tricarico thinks he's about to buy $56,000 worth of cocaine from a woman who hasn't shown up yet. Tricarico and his girlfriend don't know it, but the woman they're waiting for is a cop. So is this man.
Yeah.
Tricarico trusts nobody.
I never had a partner. I had a lot of people that have sold drugs for me. I never had a partner. I don't need a drug charge. Got one already.
Tricarico is not new to the drug business. In fact, he's out on bail, and he smells trouble.
How do you know these people ain't become? We're being drugged for the rest of our lives, man.
Finally, the agent shows up.
Come here. Okay, thank you. Yeah, take him home first.
But this deal is about to turn into a bust.
Please, don't move. Put your hands. Get down on the ground. Down.
He went head first into the window before he smashed through it.
The agent, whose identity has to be kept secret, watches Tricarico try to dive through the window. He doesn't make it.
Jason Tricarico was a big man, and he was caught in a second-floor window.
Stuck, Tricarico watches all his money drift to the ground.
There was $36,000 in the cash that he had flowing out the two-story window onto the ground outside.
As for his girlfriend, Tricarico doesn't give her a second thought.
He left his girlfriend sitting on the couch, and during the video, as he's trying to escape through the window, she's sitting there laughing.
She doesn't laugh long. She's arrested and pleads guilty to conspiracy charges. Tricarico pleads guilty to multiple drug charges. He'll be locked up for 14 years. But you've got to admit, he made one daring dash for freedom.
Where else you gonna see stuff like this? This is the home of the world's best. Caught on tape.
Illinois State Police chase a domestic abuse suspect. That's how this pursuit begins, but you'll never guess how it ends.
Mike, he just drove into the water.
It's a decision that baffles everyone, including a reporter watching from a news chopper.
As we're watching this live, I said, oh, he's in the water, he's in the water. So we knew that was it. Once you're in the water, there's not too much you can do.
But that's part of the guy's master plan. He's staying in the car.
We figured if you drive your car into the river, the first thing you're going to want to do is get out. But he said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm waiting until they come to get me.
So that's what the cops do. A trooper dives into the cold water and pulls the suspect out.
I know his job is to save the driver, but I'm sure that he was very interested in arresting him as well.
The trooper does both. And the next time this guy puts on dry clothes, he'll be wearing prison blues.
More great shots are queued up and ready to roll. You're watching Real TV.
The Pacific Ocean appears tranquil off the Oregon coast. But somewhere out there is a kid in the clutches of a riptide. The powerful current yanks 15-year-old Ryan Caskey off his bodyboard and dumps him a half-mile out. Now the Coast Guard is on the case, but Ryan's been treading water for over an hour. There's Ryan, exhausted, barely afloat.
Got him. Yeah, that's him. He's in trouble. Okay, he's going down. He's on deployment. Get ready. I'm on hot, Mike.
Forget waiting to be lowered in a basket. A rescuer dives right in.
Okay, get ready for basket pickup. Roger, Blake, you're over for turn to the other way. You want a basket or you want to swing him up? Basket. Roger. Circle around your nose to the left. You're over. We were 2 minutes from him dying. What are we talking about?
Ryan gets to go home because, once again, the Coast Guard gets the goods.
Everything went black, and then I remember being picked up by somebody, and the glare of the sun shadowed his face, but all he said to me was, "You're gonna be all right."
Here is a sneak peek at what's coming up on the next Real TV.
Tomorrow, buddies bungee jump while skydiving. It's twice the thrill until the cord breaks. Plus, did these guys ever catch a successful trick on tape?
We have all had uninvited guests stop by our homes, usually in-laws. But they were probably nothing like the ones that take over the house in our next story.
It's a home invasion straight out of a Hitchcock film. Thousands of swallows mistake this chimney in Indian Wells, California for a cave. Now, this ranch-style home is the world's largest birdhouse. This is what homeowner Tom Lynch found when he got home from dinner. Ironically, the place they ate was called The Nest.
There's bird waste on the walls, on the floors, on the carpets, on the furniture. Everything it's a disaster.
Rob Blair of Real TV affiliate KMIR checks out the unreal scene.
And these are the birds right here. It looks like just a mass of feathers, but these are actually birds.
The birds are evicted a few hours later. Unfortunately, the Lynches can't just cover the floor with newspapers and move back in. Their insurance company spends $50,000 to fix the house up. But it'll take more than a fresh coat of paint for Tom to forget this night.
That's going to do it for us today, but as we go, check out these jet skiers doing some wild tricks in the ocean. So long, everybody.
Scott,